protractor, to draw a line perpendicular to the x-axis through points P, Q, and R. Label the new line as the y-axis. Okay, so if you can see my protractor, and I've tried to get it to 90 degrees, and it's just, whoops, did it work? No, that says 91, but it looks closer, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a line through P. Now you're going to line up your guideline right there with that and draw your line through P. Can you handle this? Okay. And I'm hoping this is going to give me a straight line here. We'll see. Not bad. Okay, now through Q. Whoops, I'm not on diagonal, am I? Better get on diagonal. There we go. And now through R. Okay. Now it says, you guys have those done?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it says, choose one of the sets of perpendicular lines above and create a coordinate plane. Mark 7 units on each axis and label as whole numbers. Okay, so I'm going to choose this one. It will be easiest for me to write on, okay? So first of all, what goes here? 0. Okay, and my end over here is going to be 7. So how many tick marks would that be, boys and girls? 6. Okay, so we'll have 6 tick marks between. And then label the whole numbers. And I don't think I'm going to go all the way to the end of the line I made. Maybe just like right here. And do 6 tick marks. Not perfect. Okay, so you have that done? Now it says, the direction in the first one says label the new line Y, and I forgot to do that. So, and you can do Y or you can do Y-axis. It doesn't matter to me. And you're going to do, with your partner, you're going to do the homework. So hopefully you'll know what you're doing when you get to that. Sound good? Okay, let's go down and look at the next one. So this says, use a coordinate plane to answer. Tell the shape at each location. Okay, so 2, 5, OZL. What shape is that 2, 5? The triangle. And I'm just going to draw it. Okay, you can write the word if you want. Okay, the next one, Eileen. Which shape is that? 1, 2. Over 1, up 2. What shape is this? Okay. And Jesus, over 5, up 6. The square. And Fernanda, 6, 5. Do you know what that's called? It's a stop sign. So what shape is the stop sign? You guys remember it's not a hexagon.
It's an
Octagon. I'm not going to attempt to draw it. I'm just going to write the word. You can attempt to draw it if you want. That's fine. Okay? What does octagon mean? How many sides? 8. Very good. Okay. Now here's the tricks. You really got to think. Okay? It says B. Which shape is 2 units from the y-axis? And I want to show you how I figure this out. So can you get your eyes up here? Okay, so I'm going to go up to the top of the y-axis and I'm going to go over 2 units. Whoops, was that a whole unit? Yes, okay. And I go over another unit. So that's 2 units. 1 bunny hop, 2 bunny hops, okay? Everybody do that because I want you to have the experience of doing it. So 2 units from the y-axis would be anything on this line right here. So which shape is it?
The triangle.
The triangle. Okay, now we have to be very careful on the next one. Which shape has an x-coordinate of 0? So that's what, when I start, I'm going to start at 0 here. And my x is staying at 0. Which shape is it? The parallelogram. You can draw it if you want. I'm going to write it. Kind of like to write that word. Okay, so the next one. Which shape is 4 units from the y-axis? So it's going this way, okay? Which shape is 4 units? So I'm going to go over 2 more. Join me. Go over 2 more. And which shape is 3 units from the x-axis? So look at this. Go ahead and make your bunny hops for me. So then wherever I landed, I'm going to follow those lines. And what do I end up with? Well, it's kind of a square.
A rhombus.
But it could be a rhombus. I'm calling it a diamond today. That just makes more sense to me. What do you think? Because a rhombus is supposed to be a slanted square, and that doesn't look slanted to me, does it to you?
No.
Now, did you see any mistakes on this page?
No.
There is a mistake. There's a square that's not in the right place. Look at this. Shouldn't that be moved over a little bit to be right in the center of where those lines intersect?
No.
Yes, I would say that square is a little low. Do you agree?
Triangle is a little bit.
Yeah, the triangle needs to be moved also. Yep, we're critiquing this. Okay, this is harder. So let's look at it. Why do you think I'm saying this is harder?
Because the shape
No, it has nothing to do with the shapes.
You have to tell where it is on the coordinate.
Okay, you have to tell where it is, but that's not what the hard part. Raise your hand. Jarrett?
Because the square is smaller.
No, good try. Tyler?
It says halves.
Well, we just did halves.
Oh, I never read it.
Jaden?
There's fractions.
Yep, there are fractions, but we just did halves, didn't we? Didn't we have halves? Okay, what do you think? Caitlin?
There are halves, but there's also shapes in between the halves and the whole.
So what's in between a half and a whole number?
Like the hard.
Now, what fraction is it?
Oh.
3/4.
1/4. I know you can't see my board very well. And 3/4. You don't have to label that all the way through, but writer, if I write it, I want you to write it. So halfway between the fraction and the whole number, you're going to have 1/4 and 3/4, okay? And we're always going to start with the x. So let's go with Sergio. Sergio, find the smiley face, okay? Tell me what the coordinates are. Start with the x, 2, and 1. You guys agree?
Yes.
Okay. So, Morgan, the diamond.
That is 2 and 3 3/4.
You got it. That's a hard one. 3 3/4. Did you guys see that? This fraction right here would be 3/4. So what would this one be? 1/4. So I don't have a lot of room to write in between there. That's why I just drew a line out to 1/4, okay? All right, let's look at the next one. Cody, what about the sun?
0 and 3 3/4.
You got it. Alan, what about the heart?
3 3/4.
It's the same one again, isn't it? They like that mixed number. Very good, Alan. Okay, now we got a question. Name the shape whose x-coordinate is 1 unit more, 1/2 unit more than the heart's x-coordinate. So we're going to look at the heart and we're going to go 1/2 unit more. Don't anybody shout it out. Yasmin, what do you think it is? It's tricky. Is each one of these a half? No. Each one of these is what? A fourth. So how many would equal a half?
2.
Yep. So if I go there, that's a half of a unit. Did everybody see that bunny hop? Everybody make it. Okay? That's 1/2 unit. So what shape has an x-coordinate of 1/2 unit more than the hearts? The star. Okay. Now it says plot a triangle at 3/4, plot a square at 4 3/4, 5, plot an x at 1/2 3/4. Can you handle that? Okay, I'm going to pause it while we do that, and then we can check it. All right, so take a look. Did I put mine in the right place? Got my triangle, got my square, got my x.
Yep, you got it right.
Okay, because I can barely see these numbers. They're so blurry. All right, let's go down and what else do we have to answer here? Oh, the pirate's treasure. Okay, so this is so cool. I want to show you what I'm talking about on a real live map, okay? And that's not going to be on the video. But let me read this. It says the pirate's treasure is buried at the X on the map. How could a coordinate plane make describing its location easier? Okay, now I'm going to show you a real live map. Guess what a real live map is? The coordinate plane. Yes. And I should probably just video this with my iPad, but I'm not going to. I'm going to pause it. How could we change this treasure map so that we can mark the exact, so we could know the exact location of the X? What? You're going to have to talk louder than that. I can't hear you. We're going to have to make a coordinate plane, aren't we? All right. Use your protractor to make a straight line to the best of your ability with a 90-degree angle. Getting pretty good at those 90 degrees now. Perpendicular lines. Remember that word. Perpendicular. Okay, now we're not going to do it right now, but we're going to show with a dotted line what it would be. You understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you want me to answer this question? A coordinate plane what? A coordinate plane what? Why aren't you writing?
A coordinate plane allows us to locate the x easier.
Okay, the coordinate plane allows you, I love your vocabulary, to locate, and I'm going to change what you said a little bit, the exact location of the x. Does that make sense? Okay. Thanks for the vocabulary words. Look at the words that are important here. And instead of location, could I have used coordinates?
Yeah.
I could have. So I could have substituted location for coordinates. And that would have sounded even more sophisticated, wouldn't it? Yes. Yes, I know. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to work on the homework page with your partner. Sound good? Okay. Okay, so what I want you to do now that you've practiced a little with your partner, I want you to turn to the exit ticket. Make sure you've got your name on it. The only thing I want to point out is what fractions are we using?
1/2.
1/2. Okay, so I want to remind you of one thing. So if this is a half, what would this one be?
1 and 1/2.
1 and 1/2. Be careful that you remember to add the whole number when you're giving the coordinates, okay? All right, good job today.